being an Arby man, a man of the Arby's?
No, he had like an abbreviation for it that just sounded political.
RBC. What does that stand for?
Roast beef cheddar.
Yeah.
Oh, the roast beef chat. Are you a roast beef cheddarman?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh
It's the
my
best.
gosh.
It's the classic. It's the best on the menu.
What are our thoughts? Like Arby's keep going off the rails.
We just gotta do a pod intro now.
Yeah, no, we gotta go for real. All right, look, it's been a while, but it's our favorite time of the year. We have another edition of Big 12 Eats. We got the full crew. We're gonna put them all in Tiermakers. So let's hit that intro. Hello and welcome back to the Weekend Spread. I'm Bobby Howard. With me today, we've got Jameson Maxwell, Ty Lee, and the captain himself, Boaton Blake. And folks, it is officially March. And yeah, you might be tuning in, wondering, hey, spring football started. Do you want to hear? Do we want to hear about this? Do we want to hear about what's going on with softball or OU basketball? No. All of those things do not matter because we have new Big 12 Eats. We have 15 new items to discuss. And that is the most important topic at hand here. Blake, I got to ask you, you're a man who lives through March. You, of all of us, just love college basketball. You consume the most of it. And look, we'll do a full Big 12 basketball tournament deep dive next week. But I just want to say, with the coming of March, how excited are you about the incoming madness?
Absolutely pumped. Just looking at the field this year, Jameson and I touched on it about a month ago, and still nobody has separated themselves from the pack. At least nationally. The Big 12, it feels like Houston's kind of inevitable. There's no way anybody's topping them, but nationally, it feels like there's about 15, 16 teams that are going to win this, and we just started conference tournament season. Honestly, if you haven't check it out before, right now is the time to be watching. Like, I love March Madness, but I think a similar product is some of these mid-major conference tournaments where it's like they are single bid leagues. They are laying it all out on the floor. Like last night, Austin P was playing in, for some reason, their head coach was in like army fatigues and like a t-shirt and like jumped up on the scores table afterwards after winning an overtime game in like their first round. Like we're not saying they're going to March. Like this was just a first round win as an underdog. So the vibes are incredibly high right now. This is the most exciting time of the year. This is what makes college basketball special.
I'm so excited for this. Thank you for alerting me, Blake, that Texas State Boco Bobcats advanced in the first round of the Sun Belt Championship. Have moved on to the second round. If you're looking for a Cinderella, here we are.
That conference tournament, I think, is like how the West Coast one is too. It's like totally stacked against the lower seeds. It's like if you're the top like one or two teams, you get like 2 or 3 automatic buys. It's insane. If Boco got out of that, it's a near miracle. It is a near miracle.
Man, I am so excited though to talk about the Big 12 Eats. There's so many items that just make me laugh whenever I read them, and we're gonna have such a great time.
Oh no, he's in off-season form, baby.
Look, I mentally, I'm still in Mexico. It's been a difficult week. So yeah. Anyways, look, they're an interesting amount of items. They're interesting. I don't think we have a Wabash Cannon dog this year, but
do not,
I'm
sadly.
excited to talk about it. Ty, what are your early impressions of the crop we have going down in Kansas City?
The bountiful harvest. If we're talking about the food, when we're talking about the sport, the teams playing in the Big 12 basketball tournament, basketball is definitely one of the sports that is played at the college level. I know that. When it comes to the food, though, we have some delicious stuff. This is not going to rival the Texas State Fair annual episode with the food, but these are some delicious concession items that I would be happy to see. You know how you guys go to an event and you're looking at the menu and you want to eat at the event and you're deciding what you're going to get. There's usually like one great option and then a bunch of other meh stuff. This is an all-star roster of great. Like if you saw any one of these at an event, minus one of them that we'll get into, and there's some drinks and stuff on here, but if you saw these on menus, you'd be very excited. So I'm very excited to get into I don't know, I had a pun, but then I forgot it.
Yeah, for sure. Blake, let the people like I want you to introduce to the people what the hell we're talking about. What is Big?
Yeah, I was about to say, a brief history needs to be given. Like, we came in with Big 12 Eats, and assuming that everybody knows what this is would be
Blake,
a ludicrous idea. Would be
as
a
a keeper of the shield, explain to the people what the hell we're doing.
So when Brett Yormark came into power to represent the Shield, I believe the first one was at just like the Big 12 championship in football. They started to introduce for each team a themed item. So it's the school, and they take something about whether it be color or culture, or they try to get the culinary culture of that school into a food item. And then they decided to then expand it to both the Big 12 basketball tournament and baseball tournament, which is so much better because that means, like, all the Big 12 schools get an item. Like, the football, it's cool. They'll come out with the idea, like, the items. There's only 2 of them. Like Bobby said, we got 15 here. The Shield even came out with their own item. They came to the table. A corporation that really has no location. Like, I know they have an office, but it has no culture or location, has their own item. So
I'm representing Irving, Texas, Blake. Irving, Texas, what up? A nice office park down there. No, it's a great time. Obviously, it's something that I love. The different, culinary offerings the school presents. You can go back to Football Feast, all of those misgivings I had. But it's out of love. So I'm excited to dive into this group of food items, which is interesting to say the least. So let's go ahead, pull it up on Tiermaker, which is our favorite way to rank things. And if you're not familiar with Tiermaker, essentially this is how it goes. So instead of ranking things like 1 through 14, we're putting things in different tiers, which mean, the top being like must try, like you will wait in line like 20 minutes for this thing because you got to hit it up. You got to get this one. You got to try it. That's the peak. Then you go A, B, C, D. So just general tiers, general groupings. And then there's hell. This is one. If you try this one, you will be in the toilet all day. You will immediately regret it. Might spit it out first take. This is one that is an abomination to humankind and you should not try. At least from our visual distance. So I would say, Blake, a hell item last year would have been the Wabash Cannon Dog.
Yep.
Right?
It is the ultimate. It was bad sounding whenever we read the description and even saw it in like the model image where they have dressed this thing up to look good. It looked bad then, and then we got the in-game footage, and the in-game footage was horrendous of that dog. The dog was pale, the bun looked stale, they just put some some Welch's grape jelly relish on top of it all.
Purple relish.
It was grape jelly. It was grape jelly at that point.
K-State's
so
Wabash
gross.
Cannon Dog is a bacon-wrapped jumbo dog topped with Wildcat purple relish.
It was, yeah.
Do not, whatever you do.
I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up on stream.
It looked like a uncooked bratwurst with grape jelly on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, it is an affront to humanity. And whoever made the Wabash Cannon Dog is probably has had the same amount of regret as Robert J. Oppenheimer did after creating the nuclear bomb, because there
it is.
Oh, come on, man!
And that's the best rendering of it. That's not even that in-game footage, that live stuff. That was what they tried to do to make it look good.
So
that's what they did to highlight this.
That was them trying to sell it. It's not good. So we're gonna go through all 15 of these. And Blake, look, Jameson, Ty, and I, we're like in a lame duck year. We're on the verge of becoming SEC men. That came. Oh, hold on, pause. No. Sorry, my apologies. I did not think that through. But
I'll be an SEC man. I'm an SEC man. But anyways, Blake, you are a true shield defender, so you kick us off. Which item are we going to talk about first?
Do I go just something neutral to get us going? I'll pick something random just to get us going. I don't want to get the hot takes out early. I want to know. I think this one might have a little interesting discussion. Big Bertha loaded baked potato, Texas.
Oh, okay. We're rolling with the horns first. So this is the Big Bertha loaded potato from UT. So let's dive into this. I have to scroll down a little bit because we're in the T's. So this is chopped house smoked brisket, cheddar cheese, green onion, sour cream, butter, and barbecue sauce, all into a baked potato. It's not bad. This doesn't look bad. I feel like you can get this item at a lot of barbecue restaurants. I think
it's boring. No, not a B. These should be like fun and different and like off the wall. Like this is such a boring thing. It's not a B. If you want to say like it could be good and tasty, I totally see it. But if you're talking about Big 12 eats and fun different things, it's just so boring. That's a D for me. I'm sorry. And also, I'm not the biggest.
Thank you, Jameson.
Okay, I don't think it's interesting, but it's edible, which I think I'm willing to pass with a C because it's boring.
Okay, I can see a C. I can see a C, but it's just boring. It's just boring.
I'm a baked potato lover. I am a man of a potato. I will eat a baked potato 7 days a week if I had to. How do you eat a baked potato in a stadium? They're gonna put it in one of those red and white little trays, and it's gonna be plopped in the middle, rolling around while you're trying to walk through the concourse. That thing at your seat while you're trying to fork it, just gonna be rolling around that little thing. It's gonna be near impossible to eat. It's probably the worst stadium food. It's not healthier because I think it stays bad, or like it'll taste decent, but how are you gonna eat that thing? Are you just gonna unwrap the foil and just start gnawing into it?
So
it clearly comes served opened already.
I know that, but even then, if you take your fork to the side and there is nothing supporting each side, that thing's gonna fall over in one of those flimsy little baskets that they give you, like with the chicken tenders and everything else.
Mm-hmm. I guarantee you're gonna have
that thing's gonna be
on
rolling around.
You're gonna have stains on your pants with this.
This is user error, Blake, because what you do is you hold the potato itself and you dig in.
Skill issue.
Yeah, but the fixings are gonna fall out.
If this thing is actually out of the oven, have you ever tried to bare hand a baked potato? There's a reason why there's a game called Hot Potato, man. There's a game. There's a game about not holding a potato. You're not gonna hold this thing.
I mean, I feel like you just have weak hands, Blake.
Yes,
I don't have weak hands.
Oh my goodness.
It's a D-tier food. It is a D-tier stadium food.
This is like saying every time I run my car into a tree, it doesn't work anymore. It's like, that's on you.
No, this thing is just set up for failure. It's not a stadium food. The thing I like about these is trying to encapsulate what is going on in these college towns. Nothing about a baked potato screams Austin, Texas. But that's every Texas one that they've been doing. They haven't tried to do anything unique with this. That's
the definition of Austin. That is the definition. This is A tier. Let me tell you why. This is A tier, and let me tell you why. It's a staple. It's just a staple. We're talking about foods that you feed nations off of. This is a tournament environment. You need the substance from the potato, from the brisket. The onions and stuff are in there as well. You need this to eat. This is like hiring a Texas grad for your company, right? They're not as flashy. They're probably not as skilled as if you get someone from like an Ivy League or someone who just has actual skills, but they will not run you into the ground. This is definition of A tier. Work ethic, just humble. Food is going to come in, going to do its job, going to make you filled up, get you fueled up to enjoy this tournament environment. And it's perfect for Austin because what is Austin if not unoriginal? No one in Austin is from Austin. They've all moved to Oklahoma.
That's
no
true.
one. Yeah, nothing about Austin is original. It's people from California and New York and Boston just trying to be what they think people from Texas are like, and listening to Joe Rogan in their cyber trucks. This is perfectly Austin, perfectly Texas. I think it's A.
I'll go C. I'll compromise with C.
Do not
Okay, I think it's a
compromise,
C
Blake.
tier.
No. We do not
D?
compromise. It will end up being a C with our average.
Oh,
Blake.
yes. Yeah.
But we will stand on this hill for D. I understand the C.
Yep. D.
It's
D.
just
D.
boring, guys. Like, if you're going to talk about what you're going to go buy at freaking City Bites, I don't want that. Like, quit.
No.
City Bites
Jameson,
slander will not be
get
taken
that.
on this podcast.
Do not let DC insider Jameson slander good food.
I like City Bites. I do. I'm just saying,
so-
I don't want to be able to go get this random college Big 12 eats item around any corner around Oklahoma City.
Look, there's one item I'm ready to tear into, similar to that, and we'll get to it whenever it pops up. But Ty, you're next in line here. Which item are we diving into
Look,
next?
we're coming out swinging right now. I've got a bone to pick with a few of these. This is one that I know I'm going to be alone on. I understand I'm going to have sympathizers here because I have a very good case for it, but I think I'm alone in my passion for this one, and that is the BYU churros. First off, who saw Utah and said Mexican food?
Thank you.
Who in the world came up with that? Also, BYU is well known to be like they're the only school off the top of my head that actually has a unique food that's tied to their university. It's a
Amen.
stadium food. Like Iowa State has like different chilies and stuff like that, but that's not unique. Like BYU is the only people with cougar tails. I understand maybe a full-size cougar tail is not feasible because BYU had to build like special cooking ovens or whatever to make those, but they could have done like a miniaturized version, like a half cougar, like a cougar pup tail or something like that would have been amazing. You know how they like the little miniaturized Pop Tarts, or maybe just a regular size, a cougar tail is not, cougar tail size.
Just
You
make it
could
like a
have
maple
downsized
bar,
it.
like
Yeah,
size.
just
You
make a
could have
long shot,
downsized
yeah.
it. Yeah, you could have had a little tray similar to these, little 4 or 5 inch long, like little mini cougar tails with a little drizzle on top. It would have been perfect. I do not understand this one. This one is abhorrent. This one is a war crime. It deserves to be in the hell tier.
Yes, I completely agree. Here's the thing. Mass-produced churros are ass anyways, and we all know it. They're going to be
Amen.
way over-fried, and they're going to be super crunchy, and it's just going to suck. And you're going to be like, ooh, a churro, and you're going to go get it, and you're going to remember why you never eat churros. And it's not going to be good. And these stupid little wonky, let me just read how this is. So the BYU caramel-filled churro, sweet cream drizzle, mini marshmallows, cinnamon sugar, and toffee crumble. Bobby, put up the picture again.
It is
Look at
Buddy
these-
the Elf's breakfast.
Look at these
is
whack,
like-
look at these whack little marshmallows on the side here. You think you're gonna eat those with your churro? Like, what's going on here? This is the worst item on here. This is hell. You should
Okay,
know, and it's
hell.
not like Bobby described it at the beginning of like, oh, you're gonna be on the toilet if you eat no. You should go to hell if you order this at Big 12.
Yep.
Okay.
Amen.
Can I sidebar on this?
Yes,
Look,
yes.
you'll notice this is a theme throughout these photos. Sorry for the podcast.
The
listener.
background.
Please view this on YouTube. Why is there a kiwi? There are no kiwis in any of these items.
Kiwis, peppers,
kiwi
and like
is
what
so
looks like
prominent.
kale. Like kale in the background.
The kiwi is remarkably prominent in all of these stock photos.
It-
Why
it's
would
just-
you do this?
For those listening on podcasts, these photos that they've staged look like there's also like a little glowing bit, like a logo of each team in the background. It looks like someone has taken a photo on their phone, like with flash on, of a TV dinner on like a coffee table, and the room is dark and there's a TV on in the background. It's just the strangest staging for these. And then just little, chilies and kiwi and stuff in the background is just, it's abhorrent. The background
everyone-
is hell tier.
Is everyone agreeing that we should put this in hell?
Hell.
Bobby, did you have
Hell.
anything else to say? Thank
Hell.
you.
No, it's in
Thanks.
hell. It's a wasted opportunity, and those are definitely frozen churros. There's no way they're making their own churro for this. This is a
in
wasted
hell.
opportunity. It's garbage. Hell, I'm tired of talking about it. Okay, Jameson, you're up next. Which item are we talking about?
Can we do a double conversation and talk
Oh,
about the Cincy cheese coney and the Big 12 dog.
Nope.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
letting you.
Different
I'm not
dogs,
letting you
different dogs.
loop. I'm not letting you loop the dogs together.
These
No.
are different dogs. We got to
The
talk
Big
about
12
this.
got their own items. You can choose a dog, but
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let's do the Cincy cheese coney then. So I'll give them some points for trying to do
Let's
the Cincinnati.
describe it first.
Yes, so the Cincy cheese coney, a jumbo hot dog with Cincinnati style chili, onion, and cheddar cheese. Okay, understood. If the Big 12 is going to go out and make their signature item a hot dog, why do you have to put your chili on top of a hot dog? You can put your chili on so many other things.
what else? What other stadium food are you gonna put it on, Jameson?
Do you want them to put it on spaghetti?
Spaghetti?
We're
Yeah,
talk-
that's what I was
if we're-
about to
if we're talking-
ask.
On the
yes,
churros.
Yes.
If we're,
Yes.
if we're
I'm
talking about
interested.
items that are impossible to eat in a stadium, spaghetti is up there, man.
But I'm kind of intrigued. Here's the thing with me, like if something is really out there and odd, that would make me want to try it even more. Chili cheese dog? Psh, boring. I'll give you points because yes, the Cincinnati chili. But it's not hell. It's just a flat out C. It's in the same thing with the baked potato. I'm just bored
no.
with it.
I have it like a C. I mean, I think it's a proper representation of Cincinnati, a Cincy chili dog. You know, we all obviously think of Skyline chili and the spaghetti and all that, but the chili cheese coney is also a thing in Cincy. So I find it fair. It's not. It's accurate. It's solid.
Boring.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it's accurate, but like not unique.
I have a feeling we're going to be heavily weighted towards the C through hell tiers. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a B.
No, you already
just-
said
no.
you didn't give it a C.
I think there's gonna be
Oh my
some good
goodness.
ones on here.
I'm not trying to manipulate the rankings here, but if everyone
like
is
it
going to
always.
have to go, if everyone's going to have to put the chili cheese coney in a C when it's clearly not, I will have to cast my vote towards hell. This way it's up to D.
Here's the thing. You got to take into account the edibility of it, and it's if you think about
I will
it,
say,
relatively edible.
in its defense, if you are driving or on a bus commuting, this is one of the more eatable things. So this is very applicable to Cincinnati, which is in fact a commuter school.
I was about to say,
So-
where's this going?
God. Okay. So where are we putting it, guys?
Solid
Like,
C. Solid
solid
C.
C. This is a
Solid
solid
C.
C.
This is like, can we amend the rankings later?
It's
So-
a
Because
so-
sol-
arguably,
it's
this is
C.
not even the best hot dog.
You're acting like we put it in must try. It's a C.
yeah, it's a C. It is the middle of the road.
It doesn't.
It is the
deserve a
definition
C.
of
It does not
mid.
deserve a. It doesn't deserve a passing grade, but I will abstain. My thoughts have been heard.
Also, I'm just not the biggest fan of chili cheese dogs. I'm just
Oh,
gonna say it.
cold take. They're fantastic.
It's just another thing with me.
Just a little
I'm with
heartier.
Jameson. I'm not a big fan of sucking down a chili dog.
No,
Although-
that's a winter dog for you.
Why did you have
just
to
some
phrase it?
you're some summer dog man over here.
Have you never-
Only
I
can
am a
take
summer
the-
dog man.
You
I
can only
am.
take. I'm a all year round dog
Ty-
man. I'll
Ty,
eat mine in the winter. I'll eat mine in the summer, and I'll find ways to dress both.
Ty, have you never heard the song Jack and Diane? You know, there's a very specific line in that song where he says, like, John Cougar Mellencamp says, "Suck it on chili dog." Like, totally legit.
Okay, just because you can find a piece of pop culture that justifies an extremely sus thing that's been said, or like it was a reference. It was a reference.
It's not exactly, no. Lito gets it. You know, there's an entire version where someone sings, Jack and Diane, but they just stay sucking on a chili dog over and over again. Anyways, I
This is
digress.
a very Chicago Bears fan thing to know.
Yeah.
No.
Amen.
We are not putting this on the pod. All right, moving on. Let's go with this one. This one will be, I think, a fun kind of layup. We're gonna go with the West Virginia pepperoni roll here.
Yum.
So this is, I think, going to be a very short conversation. The pepperoni roll is an icon of the state of West Virginia. It's sliced pepperoni and a mozzarella cheese roll. You can actually find a video of me making this on Football Feast. It is delicious. My version of it was delicious. I'm sure the real version even better. This is actually, I think, one of the few repeats that we've gotten in Big 12 Eats over the years. It was an auto sellout. I think they sold out like session 1. So this is a must try.
Must try.
This is an
No doubt about
easiest
it.
must try of all time.
See, this is what BYU should have done with the Cougar Tail. It's something unique that is unique to the school that you can easily pump. And West Virginia does it every single time, and it works. It plays. Every single, like, they haven't changed it up. It's always been the pepperoni roll.
A dynasty.
And
It's
perfect.
a dynasty.
Yep.
As a repeat, that's easy must try.
Must try.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm not disagreeing. Quick programming note, Bobby, if you can pull the picture up again. The kiwi absent from this picture, but we
Oh.
appear to have copy and pasted the
peppers.
The kiwi
No,
is
the Kiwis are
actually
there.
there.
They're facing the other way.
They
They
flipped
must
it
have done
upside
it
down.
all.
that is what that is.
They tried to
That is
hide
what
the
that is.
kiwi. We
Kiwi
saw it.
is not hanging dog.
They
in
must
this one.
they must have them all on one table, and they're just going around to each one. Like, they're not plating each one. They just put them all
No,
around.
these are clearly some assets that are
That's-
photoshopped into the
No,
back.
look, that's the exact same
That's
position.
True. That's true.
They're just switching out the plate and the scoreboard in the background.
Interesting.
We got you, Big 12. You can't fool me, your mark. But no, this is very clearly must try. I think put it up there. All right, Blake, what do we got next?
There's so many ways I want to go with it, but I want to save. I want to let organically maybe some of my hotter takes just come up, then I can fire off. Power Cat PB&J, my friends. It's a fried PB&J sandwich.
So
Yeah, you guys.
I have
gotta
mixed
decide
feelings
which
about
one.
it.
I want the people to go
I got
first.
it.
So y'all
Oh,
go. Y'all
that's
go.
all it says. That's all it says on the description. Fried.
That's not how
PB&J
this
sandwich.
works,
Right.
Blake. This
Right.
is not you call your
Okay,
witness to the
okay,
stand,
that's fine.
and
That's
then-
fine. This
I have no question.
honestly, D to hell. If we're gonna be honest, this looks like a air fried PB&J. Or a Smucker's Uncrustable. Uncrustable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's. I think they took an
It's not even a
Uncrustable.
full one. It's not
They-
even a full
I-
one. What are they doing
I-
to us?
Uncrustables are Blake.
I really think they just bought a whole bunch of Uncrustables and have an air fryer back there and are putting it in it. That doesn't even look deep fried. That just looks like it was like had some heat applied to it. I think it's healthier. It's healthier. They didn't even try. At least BYU is crazed with sugar, and they tried some random concoction. They keep on doing K-State dirty. The league hates K-State.
okay.
It's K-State's
Well, no.
a repeat offender. I'm sorry, but we've got to think about this, guys. Like, they went out and did something really, really poor last year, and they're like, okay, we're going to do something really safe. We're not going to be too crazy.
They're
We're gonna do something safe. And
They went too far the other way.
And that is bad. That is bad. You
They're-
throw them back into hell. They're trying to crawl out, and they're trying to walk out. They're trying to walk out confident, like, oh, we're good now. Throw them back into the hells.
That school is obsessed with their jellies and jams. They are throwing jellies and jams on everything. Last year with the Wabash Cannonball, they can't get away from the jellies and jams. They are
the only thing Kansas State about this is it's purple, like kind of.
No, it isn't.
I mean, I'm sure the jelly
will
is purple.
There
They
is
are-
not to get ahead of ourselves.
Let's high
but
talk. Let's high talk.
There was an item that was purpleized that should not have been.
no.
We'll get to it.
no.
We'll get to it.
Nope, we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Throw it in hell.
We're throwing
Hell.
it in hell, though.
Throw
Ty,
it-
what do you think? Hell?
To the dungeons.
Yeah, I don't have a strong thought either way. It very much does for those listening in podcast form. It looks exactly like you took an Uncrustable, cut it in half. Well, you took two, cut it in half. Allegedly, you're getting 4 pieces. And then it was just kind of toasted for about 30 seconds.
Who the hell is gonna buy that? And how much do you think it's gonna be? What, $9?
Oh, it's gonna be
Nine?
something insane. It's
Oh,
gonna
that's
be.
that's like a $13
Yeah.
fried Uncrustable.
Yes.
You
Somewhere
can't buy-
right now,
I need
there is.
I need boots on the ground, Big 12 tournament, and I need pictures of every single face holding that within their hand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Somewhere
drive up to
right
KC
now-
and just mow through them.
The only thing this could be for is the kids. That is the only thing. And even then, if like as a kid, I'd be like, "You took a PB&J and fried it? No, thank you." Like I was picky as a kid. I didn't want it like changed.
Kids aren't
I'm
safe
like,
either.
Yep. Like
Kids would go with the West Virginia.
That's
At least
probably
from
true.
what we have on the board
Yeah.
right now. Or the churros. They just eat the marshmallows. But
Yeah.
No, and I think there's a really good point here. We put it in hell last Blake, you and I just did a smash or pass last year. Like, will we eat it or would you not eat it? Cannon Dog, they went too wild. It was clearly unworkable. But so I understand trying to play it safe, but they played it way too safe. This sucks. We're not we're not rewarding them for taking the easy way out.
No,
it's in hell. All right, Ty, what do we got next?
I will have to say, I feel like this one's floating through, and no one's going to call on it naturally, and I don't want it to fall towards the end. Let's go with the Central Florida ice cream drink.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Would you like me to read the description?
Yes,
Ty, be my guest. Go for it.
Okay. Let me find the description. Okay, it's lengthy. It's lengthy. Everyone sit down. Orange soda and vanilla ice cream. That's it. Now, I will say, I love this one. I'm trying to look at this, right, like a refined critic. It's not whether or not I like this one. This is art. Does this represent the school? And to me, I think they did a good job here. I will have to give it a vote towards A. It's not a must try. No one wants to go to Kansas City in March and have ice cream and orange soda, right? I think that's where you guys said the tournament was. I think it's a great art piece. I think maybe some kids will like it. It represents the school well. If you put all of these up on a board and said each one is tied to a Big 12 school at the tournament, which one is going to which, this is one of the few I think most people would say that's Central Florida. So for me, that's an A.
Straight to hell.
No,
F orange soda. F orange soda. No, we know my history with orange soda on this podcast. Ty might not, but I in high school was like they put a pool of about $150, which for a high school guy is a lot of money, to chug a 2-liter bottle of orange soda in 20 minutes. I did it. I made it about 3/4 of the way immediately and I puked all over. It ruined my stomach for carbonation for life. I've never had an orange soda since. Like, anytime I would try to chug a beer in college, I'd immediately throw up because I can only think about the trauma that the orange soda has on me. This is straight to hell. This is below hell. I want to put this so far down that you're going to add cream with that fizziness. That is a tummy ache in a glass. Get it out of here. When I saw orange soda, it doesn't look frozen. It's carbonated frozen cream. What is this? That is going to wreck your your digestive system, Jameson. As a doctor, you would know that. That is too many things going on at once. Hell, straight to hell.
Okay.
I need to randomize. Give me a meta-analysis.
It looks frozen. It looks carbonated. It looks creamy.
It's ice cream. It's supposed to be frozen and creamy.
But it's also carbonated. It's a soda. They are just trying to make your body go in every way possible without the influence of drugs or alcohol.
All right, look, can we vote to strike Blake's opinion because he is clearly biased on the matter?
No,
because this is like an A. This is like an A. It's tremendous. It looks
I disagree.
excellent.
I disagree.
I'm putting it in must try. I would absolutely go try to find this. It looks delightful.
No.
I for one love orange soda. I am not ruined by this. It looks delightful. Looks delightful. I'm putting it. I would put it in must try. I would go find this.
It's just orange soda. I just imagine them picking up their little soft serve machine and just putting it under the orange Fanta machine and just handing it to you.
Yeah,
just like
an ice cream.
But they have an opportunity. Yeah, no, wrong. That's where
Half
you're
this
wrong.
other stuff is
It's
coming
not
out of
a cream.
It's like a dream. It's like a dreams. Like a creamsicle.
Not a dreamsicle.
No, it isn't, Bobby.
No, because it would be an orange cream soda if that was the case, and that's been my whole point of this.
Yes, thank you, Jameson.
An orange
You
cream
have the
soda
ice cream.
and ice cream is nice, but okay, but no. But you need it to be orange cream soda with dreamsicle. Come on, like you need to know these things, Poppy. If it's just orange soda, that's not going to be a creamsicle. So if it was a creamsicle thing, I love creamsicle. One of my favorite flavors. I would put it up at A. Different.
Bobby.
It's not cream soda. It's not cream soda.
There's ice cream.
Yeah, no, it's just not cream soda. I'm sorry. That's what I
It
need
is not just
here.
because you combine something that you theoretically think would make those flavors doesn't mean it's that flavor. We're talking about artificial stuff here. Like, it's not as easy. Like, orange creamsicle soda was not just them having orange soda and some cream on the side and dumping it in, and they're like,
Yep.
creamsicle soda. No, it's
There
a
you go.
specific artificial flavor, Bobby.
This is getting robbed, man. I'm already.
I'm putting it at a B because I still like orange and ice cream, but it's just a missed opportunity to do an orange cream soda. Like orange soda just makes it sound so like unappealing.
I think this actually ends up in A.
What?
Well, we have a must
we got,
try.
We got a B, a hell, a must try, and
an A.
A?
Go on.
That's
Let's
a
do
B
some-
at
let me
least.
just- I'm going to do some quick math. Hold on. So yours
No, my
is
vote
must
is
try
must
now.
How do you
I thought
do
you said
math
A. You
on-
said an
on-
A.
We have two. We have
You
two.
average it out.
must-tries.
Assign
you
numbers,
said
Bobby,
A.
to
You
it.
said
You assign
A.
numbers
said
to
A.
it.
You said
Yeah,
A.
average it.
So that means Bobby's a 6. Ty was a 5. I'm sorry. There's no take backsies.
No, there were mail-in
Yep.
votes from Georgia that just came in.
And then Blake put it at a 1 of hell, and I put it at a B, which would be a 4. So that's 10, 15, 16 divided by 4. So the average would be a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts it at a B.
Okay, I think that's fair.
I can live with the B, but it looks delicious, so whatever. Anyways,
Democracy
okay.
rules.
That's
I
true.
thought that would be a-
Who am I to dispute democracy? By the way, shout out to the people tuning in right now. If you are looking at some food items that look delicious and you want to hear our analysis on it, once we're done with this, you can go back on the replay function and check that out. So very much appreciate y'all tuning in. We're just getting started. This should be very, very fun.
Is
the
it
rest
my
of the way.
turn?
It is your turn, Jameson. Let's do this.
My turn. Okay. I want to bring back up what I wanted to talk about last time. I think it's time to talk about the Big 12 dog.
Yes.
You go ahead. We don't leave it to the people,
Yeah.
as Ty said. You
Yeah,
gotta come in and
Big 12 dog. I know. I was just dramatic pause. Big 12 dog.
Big 12 dog.
A foot long, all beef hot dog, ketchup, mustard, red cabbage slaw, black sesame seeds, diced white onion, spicy cheese sauce, sauteed orange peppers. Must try. Must try.
No,
Something about
okay,
that spicy
no.
cheese sauce is just
What?
talking to me. And look at that.
Yes!
Look at that.
Spicy cheese. Dude,
Put it back,
that
Bobby.
is-
Put it back, Bobby.
No. Spicy cheese sauce is Rico's, like the crappy nacho cheese mixed with a little hot sauce. You're
Yeah,
acting
but
like you're going to get some sort of revelation. It's just, what are we talking about?
Look at that
This
dog
is-
hanging off the bun, too. Can't you just imagine
Oh.
some little bit of spicy cheese sauce and some red cabbage slaw? You got that hot dog dangling on both ends on each side right there. And everyone's going to look at you like, where did he get that? Damn, I want that. That is a must try. Finally.
Amen. Amen. A conference, a glorious conference, the best in basketball, decides to put their name, image, and likeness on a food item. You know that thing's gonna be fire. You know they've sent it all around the world to get tested in different markets in order to ensure that it is the 100% best item on this menu. The Shield comes out with their own dog, a perfected Chicago dog. This is a must
What?
try.
Oh, no.
This
isn't
a
even
must
remotely a
try.
Chicago dog.
Oh, no, Bobby. It took some of
It's
the
a hot dog.
elements.
No, it's a hot dog with a lot of stuff on it. Oh, crap. I fell into your trap. I fell into your
you
trap.
did.
It is not a Chicago dog. A Chicago dog has distinct ingredients, Blake. This is
Just
a-
perfected it. See, these simpletons out there, these people that are moving on to other conferences, can't understand the ability to free think and not just accept tradition as something that happens in the past, but to really just improve on what already exists, which is what the Shield is about. They took some of the core concepts in a hot dog and combined them together and made a glorious thing. Must try with Jameson.
Good answer. Good answer.
Y'all cannot say hell with a straight face. You cannot say hell.
No,
We gotta
hell.
In the podcast now, if y'all say hell,
Someone needs
Ty
to
is gonna say it to juice the vote.
I'm tired of this. Ty needs to stop being so quiet and waiting towards the end so he can skew votes. I'm tired of it.
No,
Ty.
I'm not trying to skew. I have a very, very firm take on here. My vote has been skewed by the arguments, in fact, and just foreshadowing in you and Blake's favor. My argument for this one was that it is by far the superior dog. There's 2 hot dogs on the menu. It's a head-to-head direct comparison. This is the better one. I believe in all or nothing, so I'm unprepared to give it must try with the Cincy dog sitting in C. If we were to move Cincy dog to hell, I would be willing to give it a must try. But for me, it has to be all or nothing. So if the Cincy dog's not going to be in hell, I have to put this one in hell. So, the deal's on the table. I'll let you guys ruminate on that.
Quit with this.
But,
No,
Bobby,
no, you gotta have nuanced takes.
You cannot tell me how
I'm about to kick him out of
Wait, hold on. You think you have to have nuanced take while disagreeing with him because he doesn't have it in must try? That's not what are we talking about here? It's not a must try.
Put it must try, right? I'm prepared to do that.
I don't think it's a must try.
I'm casting my vote.
Well, Bobby. Okay, you have a right.
I'll agree with Bobby, and I will put this in hell right now if we don't agree that the Cincy dog should be in hell. We don't have to move it. I just need a verbal.
If you guys put this on the same ranking as the Cincy dog, I'm going to remove everyone.
Jameson and Blake, if I can get verbal agreement from you guys that we messed up the Cincy dog, it doesn't.
No, didn't mess up the.
No, we did not.
It is perfect. It is in the perfect spot. I'm sorry.
There's too much going on.
Food not knower right there. Food not knower people.
All right, Bobby, just give your opinion. Give your opinion, because ties obviously does not count here.
I'm abstaining from.
Okay.
So here's my thing. This is insane.
No, to me, there's too much going on here. I like my dogs plain, simple, straightforward. This dog is out of control. And look, when you have all of these items, the red cabbage slaw, the sauteed orange peppers, all of it just. I don't trust all of them to come together in a concession stand like this. You know what I mean? I'm doubtful on it. I'm out on it. I'm putting it as a D.
Okay.
So it's at least a B or an A.
No, I gotta go. Must try. I have to.
Yep. There we go. It's like an A at this point.
So
3 must tries in a bad
A.
All right. 20 all right, we're throwing it an A.
Yeah, I'll take it.
There we go. All right. It's an A. Whatever. Laugh it up. Okay. Let's move on to our next one. Let's go with Houston. So the Houston rolling down here. It's Shasta's brisket tacos, which is chopped beef brisket, corn and black bean salsa, cilantro, and lime on corn tortillas. So here's my thing, and I think it's illustrated perfectly. First of all, kiwi in the background.
Kiwis are back.
Kiwi on full display. Second, we were talking about this earlier with the Cannon dog about how it was like it was this bad when dressed, like even when dressed up. This is kind of the case for me. I feel like if you ordered this, it would be this or worse. I think the concept is good. I think the execution would be disastrous. I don't see any way this turns out to be all that great. I don't think it's atrocious. I don't think it's like offensive. I think it's like a C. It's some mediocre tacos. Like they're showing you right now, you're not going to get this incredible culinary experience out of this. I think it's like a C.
I don't know whose turn it is to speak. But
I think all of us are being quiet because I want Ty to speak.
The term "food not knower" would be, it's an extreme insult. This is certainly not worthy of that accusation. That would be a very extreme accusation to levy at someone. Has in fact never been levied on the pod or in text. I will say, you don't get to pick what you're craving, right? There's multiple. There's another taco thing on the menu here that we'll get to in a second. If you're craving tacos, you're going to have tacos. Again, it's like the dogs. It's all or nothing. You either get one or the other. For me, if I were craving tacos, this would be a must try. I will have to say I feel like B is a reasonable ranking. I will give it an A just to manipulate a little bit.
God, all right. Blake and I have been aligned this whole time. I feel like we're gonna share a lot of our things. Look, can you pull up the picture again for me, Bobby, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that. What do you see when you look at that? I see a bunch of corn. I
It's
see a
whippy.
tiny little bit. See a tiny little bit
Big
of
lump
meat
of
on the bottom.
knobs.
I see some tortillas that just look like they're just going to be really disappointing, and it just doesn't have like a salt. Like the salsa doesn't look. It's going to look dry. It's just going to feel like a dry taco, and you're going to eat it, and you're like, I don't know why I spent money on that. It's not gonna. You're not going to eat it, and you're going to be like, okay, well at least I did the job of food. No, you're going to be like kind of disappointed. I think it's a D. Put it at a D for me.
It is a lot like getting a degree from Houston.
But on the outside, not that great when you actually get into it.
I'll go D. I'll go D as
There
well.
you go, Blake.
It makes so much sense. Like, there's multiple brisket items on this menu. It's definitely not the best. It's already showing that they're not going to be filled. I don't even think those are corn tortillas. Those don't even look like corn tortillas. I just don't trust. Tacos are not stadium food like that. And especially not those tacos. Like, if you wanted to go tacos, authentic street tacos, just a little bit of cilantro, some onion, some meat, that ain't it. D.
What did you put, Bobby?
I had it at C.
Okay, so the average out if ties at an A to a C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
C.
So we're seeing it up. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? There you are.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't
in
even
theory,
see the
at a
brisket.
restaurant,
Yeah,
if they were
it's
like,
not even
oh,
noticeable.
if you wanted a brisket taco, that sounds good. Not stadium food.
Yeah.
Not stadium food.
Right. Blake, what do we got next?
Let's do the Oklahoma State pizza. So a little
Oh.
bit description on this. So this, let me find it in my notes. God, where is it? Can somebody help me out? I can't find it.
I got it.
Okay, OSU's Orange Power Pizza. There it is. Pepperoni, sausage, ham, sweet pepper bacon, mozzarella, cheddar, ranch drizzle. So, obvious thoughts from me for the hideaway people out there. This is a take on the Big Country, right? Like in a miniature pizza form.
But the
Well,
ranch-
In a
No,
way,
'cause
the
it's got
cheddar,
the
because the
ranch.
cheddar, I know the ranch, but like Hideaway's known for
Because
the
the
ranch.
cheddar, it's a pizza.
They don't put
No, you
cheddar
don't
on
need
most
pizza on a
pizzas.
pizza.
Yeah,
that
like
is-
it's the Big Country.
Huge food not knower right there.
You're putting
Yeah,
out,
that's
you're
a
putting
huge
out-
food
you're
not
putting
knower
out
take.
One cheese.
Yes, no, it's literally
It's a very
the,
distinct cheese.
the Big Country
not
is
knower.
an all meat pizza with
There are
cheddar on the pizza.
tens-
Like that is like
thousands of pizza places in the U.S. that put cheddar on pizza.
no, it's not like it's
they're
not a
rare.
common. It's a mozzarella blend. This is a food not knower take. Like
Huge
this is
not knower.
it is
It's
very
a
rare to
cheese
see
not
cheddar
knower.
on your pizza. Yeah, this is It's a take on the Big Country where they try to incorporate the Hideaway Ranch, not in a dippable form. They're trying to just drizzle it over it. This gives me flashbacks to the Pizza Hut, like, grease ball pizzas. This thing is going to be greasy as all hell. Like, I've seen those pepperoni Pizza Hut pizzas at an NBA game, and those things are swimming in grease. This thing adds, like, 5 more meats to
Those
it.
foil
and
pans
expects
are
it-
sweating.
Yeah.
Whenever you get them, they're sweating.
This, I think, in theory, if you were doing this combination on a pizza, we've seen it on the Big Country, it will work. It's gonna be a grease bomb. I think D. I think it's one of those things. I would take it up to an A for the actual flavor. I think the implementation is gonna be horrible. I think it's just gonna be greasy. It's gonna be greasy as hell. Like at least they're giving you like a little bit of a disclaimer. They say it's the Orange Power Pizza. That crust is gonna be orange from all that grease. I'm taking it in the D tier. I'm taking it in the D tier.
Look, this is coming from a man who has the Big Country as his go-to hideaway order.
Yep, same.
This is hell. This is
Yeah.
hell.
It's bad.
It is hell because even though I like the idea, I like a lot of those things. The ranch, that's not a drizzle. That is a monsoon of ranch.
And it's
on
not
that-
going to
let
be
me
good
pull it up.
homemade ranch.
That is
it's
awful. That is
It's
that
not
is
gonna be
Hidden
good-
Valley
yep.
dumped onto like a crappy little piece of bread.
Now,
with,
now I
you know-
need to know, Bobby, do you think that it's already pre-ranched, or do you think they're gonna take the pizza out and then just drizzle that mug?
Oh,
right
it's gonna
in
be
front of you?
pre-ranch.
Oh, yeah.
That's just gonna be pre-ranch.
I don't know which one's worse. And here's the thing is you can talk about, oh, well, look at these other ingredients. They don't matter because they're overshadowed by the mound of ranch you poured on this poor pizza. So, yeah, it's hell. It's hell to me.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this, another hot take about food. I think ranch with pizza, I get why people do it, but ranch only with the crust. I don't like combining my ranch with like the cheese and the toppings.
I like it.
Like that just takes away from it. Then ranch is just, you just like ranch. You just don't like the pizza. I was going to put it at D. I will stand at D. I will not change my things because I like that kind of meaty style pizza, but I think it is very poorly put out. And I think that there could be some very bad.
You've seen some stadium pizzas. You've seen
yes. Like I said, that thing's gonna if they put it in a pan with a little top on top, like like the Pizza Hut, I said, it's gonna come out sweating. It's gonna come out sweating.
It's gonna be bad.
If you can ask for it with no ranch, this is like a B.
I know,
Maybe
Bobby. I think it's still gonna be. It's gonna be so greasy. It will.
You
It
live
will
with that.
lubricate
You
your
live with that.
digestive system, though. It will.
I think you
If
live
you-
with that. Because that's the case with just like any. Like,
Take a
stadium
Miralax
pizza.
before instead of eating this
Why?
pizza.
That's
It's
gonna
gonna
make
have
it
the same.
worse.
No, it's gonna do the same thing. It's just gonna lube up your system, and whatever you have that day, it's gonna come sliding out. So,
So where are we putting it? Where are we putting this thing?
But
Ty, what do you think?
what do you got?
No, I think if we have to score it with the same criteria we've been using for other things. This is going to be concession stand stuff prepared in a concession, and then like you said at the start of the pod, is this something that's going to take you out? This is one like you can eat, and with over 50% confidence, whether it's prepared properly or not, you know it's going to take you out. Everything else on this menu, something would have to go wrong for it to take you out. There's potential. This one, it would be the exception, not the rule, if it didn't take you out. So it's got to be hell for me.
I think
You
D
have to-
tier. I think D, or it's 2 D's and a hell. I think D
D's in
tier.
a hell.
It's
Two Ds
a
in
better.
hell.
It is. I think it's edible in the sense the combination makes sense. It's just like in a stadium environment, it's just not going to come out well.
No, he can't.
Like I
change
think
his
the
vote.
BYU one,
It's
you
not
would
a
not
vote.
eat regardless if it's a fresh churro, if it's nothing. I think this you would actually eat if it was a proper pizza place, maybe without the ranch, but I think it
But
has a
would
concept
be,
that's
it would be
edible.
completely different. Like, look at if you
Yes.
got this
Oh,
at a
yeah,
proper
yeah.
pizza place, pull up the picture. It
Yeah,
like
no,
the dough would be completely different. It would be like fundamentally different. So you
but
can't
I
say
think
like
they
if
actually
this
went for
was-
something that's reasonable. It's just going to be
But
implementation
if we applied
horrible.
that standard to any one of them, then they would all be must tries.
Right.
No,
but
like
also-
I think the churro is in hell because regardless of how you do it, the combination is just wild. Like it's a wild, and then the uncrustable PB&J, like it's an uncrustable. It's an uncrustable. I think D.
I
Hold on.
I don't know.
Hold on. Can
I mean,
share my
look,
screen?
we're at like a split here, and we don't have anything in D, so let's
Hold
just put
on.
it in D.
D.
No, I've got a way that we can do this. Hold on, let me share my screen.
No,
No,
not
Oh,
the
God,
duck
no.
race. We are not doing. Okay, all right, folks. Welcome
Okay.
to the duck race. In case you have not known, Jameson has found a way to break ties that involves ducks. Please tell
Duck
me
it.
this is not long. Okay.
This is 20,
20
seconds,
seconds.
and it's a duck race. And we have
Can we do-
Hell on top, who's wearing
Okay. Oh my
a
God.
British soldier's attire. And then in D tier is America. Look at this. This is America's versus Britain. I didn't even choose these. This is great. So
I feel like this is some anti-British
Rob.
propaganda. Okay, so this is going to determine where.
the Ducks are going right now. 13 seconds left to go. D tier is in the
Oh.
lead.
Oh,
D
it's
tier's
gonna
getting
be-
its
it's gonna
foot-
be
it's
hell.
It's going to
losing
be
its
hell.
pace.
It's going to be
It's
hell.
losing its pace.
It's gonna be
Oh,
hell.
no.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hell's
of course it's
coming
going to be
on.
hell.
It's gonna be
Oh,
hell. Yeah.
and it's hell.
All right.
I agree.
All right.
I love that technology. It's the BCS system.
There we go. All right, OSU's the OSU Orange Power Pizza has been thrown in hell. It deserved it. Too much ranch. Okay, who's up next?
Blake, did you just go? right?
Yes,
that,
I did.
Is that my,
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
my
Ty,
turn
Ty,
now?
you're up.
Ty?
What do we got next?
All right, it's you know what, this one is all or nothing. Throw the TCU tots up there.
Apparently, the Ducks were really hard on people's
Oh,
headphones.
could y'all hear the quacks?
Yes,
No,
you
I
can
think
hear
it's
the
probably
quacks.
louder than
Hear the
us.
quack.
So
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We broke everybody's ears with the freaking Ducks, Jameson. Good job.
Well, I'm really glad that y'all got
Okay.
to hear the Ducks quack.
Ugh. Okay, moving on.
Right.
What was it? What's it, Ty?
The TCU tots. I will read the description. I have it pulled up.
No.
Wait,
I need you to say the actual name of this, please.
Yes, they are the TCU Cowtown loaded tots.
No,
They are
say it
fried.
again.
No, I already said it. The TCU, hit rewind 15 seconds if you're listening. You need to hear it again. Description: fried tater tots, frozen from the microwave, spicy queso sauce, the same that's on the Big 12 dog, I might add, chopped house smoked brisket, same brisket that's on everything else, and corn and black bean salsa. It's all the ingredients from those tacos that no one's going to order, topped with purple sour cream, purple horned frog sour cream.
I feel like you added in a lot of descriptions, kind
I
of a
think-
No,
biased view.
I
But
fairly
Little bit.
added descriptions that we have added throughout the pod. Those
no,
are the
I
same
read.
qualifiers
I've been
all
that have been
reading.
tater
given
tots
on
are
everything
frozen.
else.
All tater tots are frozen, so
That's not
let's
true.
get that out of the way.
Yeah, it
Well-
is 100% true.
How,
You are
can't
not
make a
making.
tot-
It's fresh. Like you have to have.
Yeah, it has
These
to
are
be.
microwave
It
tots.
has to
These
be
are
brought
microwave
together.
soggy tots.
It probably
Just-
regardless. what
All
do you
I'm
think,
saying
Ty?
is, before others, I will cast my vote, but before others cast theirs, they must remember that these are the exact same ingredients that they held against other dishes. I will say that the potential for this is beyond must try, I think, in practice in the stadium setting, which is a qualifier that we've applied to everything that we've judged here. This has got to be C. I don't think it's going to take you out, but I think you're probably going to get soggy tots and purple, foul-smelling sour cream. That's going to be a little bit of a risky combination. So I love this idea. Like Blake said with the pizza, if you got this in a proper restaurant, this would be insane. But it's got to be C for me.
I'm not going to knock the color of the sour cream. If you've ever been to Spark in Oklahoma City,
I was
you
about
know
to say,
that, like,
yep.
the pink fries, can be pretty solid. The sour
But that's,
cream
like,
element.
legitimately made from like beets. Like it's actually meant to be like the color. Like this
Yeah,
is just food dye and sour cream.
That's true. That's fair. But also, yeah. Regardless, I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I think a C is pretty proper here.
Yeah, here's my thought. I'll let Blake end on this one. Here's the things with this right now. It's like similar to nachos. You're gonna get one lone tater tot that's not gonna get much topping on it. It's gonna be a bummer, but that's just part of the war. You got to knock it a little bit because it's just food coloring to make it purple, and it really doesn't scream anything TCU. I think that's just lazy in terms of that. But loaded tots, like Ty said, it's a good stadium food. Very average. I'm not going to yell from the mountaintops. Put it at a C.
I think with my rating, I can at least bump it up to a B. Must try. Must try. Tater tots are the one consistent thing, whether you have them in a cafeteria, a fast food restaurant, they always come out the same. That's the great thing about tater tots. Sure, a fry is a more superior version, but when we're talking about food quality control, a fry or like a tater tot is just so perfect. And just the combination of everything, this is easy to eat with a fork. Just dig on in. We're talking about some good stadium cheese. We're talking about the good brisket, or maybe not good brisket, but brisket nonetheless. This is a must-try for me. This is perfect. This is a perfect snack food. I don't care if you think about the purple, like, sour cream. That's weird. We grew up, I saw it in the comments, purple ketchup. That was a thing growing up. We did the purple, the green ketchups. Heinz did all the colors of the rainbow in ketchup. It's a must-try. It's a must-try. And this is a little bit biased because I do love TCU. I love that they create everything and make it purple. We had purple milkshakes. We had everything in our cafeteria that was purple. this is a must try. This is perfect stadium food. Good, like it's when you talk about nachos, one of the best selling items. This is the better version of nachos. This is like you get the goodness of not those stale chips, but you get a nice tater tot. Must try. I think for me, must try. I think it has to go to a B.
I could put it up to a B. I think that it's going to average
I think
out
B's
to a
fair.
rating of a
No,
3.75.
Jameson cannot change his vote to manipulate the outcome.
no.
I
We
was
can do
not
whatever
allowed
we
to.
want. We can
I'm
do
not-
whatever
No,
we want.
you
There are
guys,
no
you guys
rules.
didn't let me do that. with
No,
the
I'm not
sense of
changing
order.
my vote. I'm not changing my vote. I'm saying I'm good with it being a B because it's a 3.75 average, which puts it at the number 4, and that would be a B. I am okay with that.
I think I gotta say, Blake's point about the tots being like a really high floor. I don't even call it a low ceiling because the ceiling's still pretty damn high. Like
It's just tots
It
or
takes a-
tots. Like that's
it takes a
that's-
lot for a tot to be awful.
Yeah. Tots are tots. Like that's the one thing about them. It's like if you get them gourmet, they're gonna be just about the same as other tots, but they are just a high, like Bobby said, high floor. They are a solid role player.
Yeah. Very, very solid base. This is one you want to eat fast. I feel like if you took too long, like brought it back to your seat, that sort of thing, like had to hike all the way back, this would be like hell. But if you got it right when we're like right off of the line, it could be pretty good. So, all right, next up, Jameson.
All right, let's do it. Oklahoma onion burger. And it's a
It kind
shame.
of pisses me off.
It's a shame. It really is. Because, first of all, let's just talk about what the description is. It says tobacco, onions, ranch dipper. What the hell is this?
The description doesn't even include all the ingredients.
What the hell is this? This is a burger with a little stiff piece of cheese. Is that cheddar, Bobby?
It looks like either cheddar or American.
American.
And are these like onion shoestrings?
Yep, pretty much. It's
What
not
the hell is this? This is not an onion burger. What is
it's
this?
stolen valor. Stolen
This is
valor for an
bad.
onion burger.
Who made
That-
this? Who made this? Whose idea was this?
I feel
Look
like
at this.
in a concession stand setting, the fried onions are significantly harder than just grilling them on like the flat top.
I used to get
Like-
fried onion burgers at the Thunder games back in the day before they replaced the place. It was great. It was great. They had people. They had people in the back. They're popping on the onions. They're working hard. They're sweating up a storm. It was great. I am pissed at this. I'm not very happy. But if I were to eat it, I'd be like, okay, it's not bad. So I am mad that they botched the onion burger, but I would think it's going to be an okay dish. Give me a D.
Here's my thing. I have no issues with those little fried shoestrings on a burger. The issue I have is with the brazen attempt at calling this an Oklahoma fried onion burger. Because as we know from multiple of these items, you can be silly with it. If you called it the Boomer Sooner burger or like the Schooner burger or whatever, I have no problem with that because that's its own thing. This is not a fried onion burger. If you've been like the Oklahoma fried onion burger, as it's traditionally made, has become like kind of a cultural staple throughout the country. It's sneakily become a thing that has become a nation or like a national global sensation. If you follow certain culinary sects of things, people, running that First We Feast, they're really big on that. So to me, it's an insult to the actual culinary item that's the Oklahoma onion burger, which pisses me off. But that being said, it looks delicious and I would eat it. So I'm trying to balance my personal hatred of them attempting to pass off Oklahoma's cultural like food icon as whatever the hell this is with how it probably tastes, which is probably very good. So I'll put it in D. It's not quite hell because it's edible and looks actually kind of delicious.
Why the hell got to be ranch? Boring.
The-
Make
The
it
ranch
like,
is probably
easy.
a dipper for the fries, right? Like,
Yeah.
clearly that's for the
do
fries.
something. Make like a Chipotle ranch. Do something different with it. Like, come on.
That's fair. But it's more than anything, it's just an insult to the. It's not the item. They've done the item before. Like, I'm sure you remember, they did like the grilled onions at the baseball tournament last year. They did a actually correct onion burger. It's not that hard. You can grill onions and put them on a burger.
It's on the same surface that they would make the burger on. That's what makes it so easy. It's the exact same surface.
And I'm fine if you keep it fried. Just call it something else. That's my thing. And like this to me would be like an A tier dish if it wasn't for the naming. So it's D for me.
Agreed.
I'll go C. I put it in the same light as Houston, that if I asked one of my friends, oh, go get me something to eat, they brought back those brisket tacos, they brought back this, it's alright. You're gonna eat it. It's gonna be fine. Is it gonna be the best thing you had? No. Is it gonna be the worst? No. I do think, like, I'm not gonna ding it as much on the, like, misnomer, because I still think the burger kind of works. Like, if it's just American cheese, fried onion strings, and then a patty, like, that's probably pretty decent.
Ranch, though, come on.
But it's not like it's on it. You don't have to eat it. It's probably
But
more
it's
for
gonna
the
be
fries.
a dry ass burger with the fried onion strings on it. You need a sauce.
You could put some ketchup or some mustard.
Boring.
I would put mustard on it, but it's like I said, nothing special. It's a solid C tier dish. Like, there's no such thing as a dipping sauce for a burger. A burger is way too huge to fit in one of those small little cups that they give you. If it is a dipping sauce, it has to be able to fit at least the circumference of whatever you are doing it into the sauce. And that just can't happen. Yeah, you can't dip a burger. Only thing, it's chicken tenders or smaller. That is the threshold. I'll put it in a C tier, but if it falls at a D tier, I'm not too mad.
Yeah, I did the same work as Bobby, if you were to look at my work, but I came to the conclusion that this absolutely deserves to be in hell tier.
D.
Why is that?
Well,
Just
for
because
the same explanation that you gave.
Just because it's a misnomer.
It's not what it reports to. It's not a misnomer. It's deliberate malinformation. You're talking about like the difference between misinformation and malinformation. Misinformation is, just incorrect information. This is deliberately incorrect, meant to deceive you. It's malinformation. It's out there to harm you. You are harmed by eating this. Therefore, it fits
Imagine
because they literally did it right before. They got it right.
Imagine if you're at the stadium, you have not seen pictures of these beforehand. You are an uninformed fan. You're a food not knower. And you show up and you see an Oklahoma onion burger on the menu and you read the ingredients and you go, hell yeah. And then you get this, you're going to be pretty disappointed. You're going to be pretty damn disappointed.
It's like if for West Virginia you did the pepperoni roll and you gave them a calzone. Like, it would be about like the same thing. It's like, it's misleading to like, oh, you've heard of a pepperoni roll from West Virginia and you got a calzone. You're like, oh, this is what they've had? Like, this is what they've been raving about?
This isn't right. D. This has nothing to do with OU. This is because the Big 12 completely like screwed us over again. This might be worse than
it's not a.
This might be worse than the passer interference on Drake's. I gotta say,
we need to immediately roll to the Texas Tech burger because I just want to point out, not to hijack this, but this is a clear example of the Big 12 deliberately trying to harm OU. Again, the description for the Oklahoma burger, which is presumably the exact same burger, just with different toppings, is tobacco, onions, and ranch dipper. That's all it says. One line, a handful of words. The Texas Tech burger is described as an all beef patty with cheddar, the cheddar that's on the Oklahoma one, not even mentioned, fried onion ring, sweet pickled jalapenos, and Red Raiders barbecue sauce. This is the exact same burger. The menu itself is deliberately designed to make this is a better burger. They chose a better burger for Texas Tech. It's clear manipulation.
I mean,
I'm slamming this one.
other than us?
It's not a must try because it's not unique enough to where it's like I can't go get this at a random like burger shop. You can figure this out like it's like the garage or something. Yeah. But it's going to be very tasty and I'm going to enjoy it. I put this at an A.
I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a billion Sonic ads in a couple weeks on Bally Sports for the same burger.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a B. That's fine.
B.
It's an A for me.
All right, so we go on B.
Wait, B,
No,
two
we have
B's
two
and
A's
two
and two
A's.
B's.
Oh, well.
Do you know? Okay, can we shorten the duck? Can we shorten the time?
No,
the ducks
I don't.
are
We
Or
don't
at
have
least-
to do another duck race. It's okay. Blake, you still got those dice from back in the day?
Somewhere, but it'll take me too long to find.
It'll
I'm
take
fine
him more
voting
than
it.
20 seconds.
I think a B. I think, or
Well, yeah, that's what you
voted.
voted.
C to get it to a B. I don't know. Like,
Let's just go. Let's call it.
Okay,
a B.
I changed
Call
my
it a
vote
B
to
and move
B.
on. It's not
Okay,
that serious.
fine.
It's
We can
not
put
that
it at a
serious.
B.
We're calling it a B.
No, I'm
That's
fine with that.
Actually, you know what? That's right, because I'm way more excited about the Big 12 dog than that. You're right.
Wait.
yeah.
Wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter. Blake, who are we doing next?
Let's go Iowa State. The walking taco, but it's the ISU green chili pork walking taco. So like all walking tacos, it's Doritos, and then they add green chili pork, shredded lettuce, cheddar, jack cheese, sour cream. I think it's not. Is it unique to Iowa State? Absolutely not. But is a walking taco a elite dish when it comes to stadium food? Absolutely. Walking tacos slap. I like the introduction. It's not your typical ground beef. They introduce the pork, the green chili pork. It falls between a must try and an A. I'll put it at an A because I'm not going to go seek this out as my number one dish, but I think it's solid. Walking tacos, I remember TCU baseball games, they would do it Tuesday or Wednesday whenever we'd have a game, like Walking Taco Wednesday or whatever. They always slap. They're so good. It's the way a taco should be in a stadium. And especially now that Doritos have come out with the special bags. It used to be you would just have to get the ones from Costco or whatever, just dig it deep, and you don't get that good ratio across. Now they got those special bags. I think it's an A. I think it's a solid A. Walking tacos slap as stadium food.
I think it's a B. I think it'll be tasty. It just doesn't excite me. If you're talking A and must try, I need elite taste. And I'm really giddy to try something different that I haven't had before. Once again, walking taco's a little bit closer there because you don't get it all the time around you. It's, but you know what? I can put it at an A. I've talked myself into it. I'll put it at an A. I think this will be fun.
We're going to put this thing at an A because unlike you food nut knowers, this is very distinctive to Iowa. It was invented at the Iowa State Fair, in fact.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah. So the walking taco is actually very Iowan. You wouldn't think so, but also it's the whitest version of a taco you could imagine. So kind of checks out for Iowa to come up with that. The green chili pork is what takes it over the top from just being a standard culinary item to pretty intriguing. So yeah, given the cultural background, which is hilarious to put into words there, of it being invented in Iowa and the quality of the pork, I'm gonna go ahead and give it an A.
It brings me great pleasure to be able to do this. A's are worth 5 points. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1. This is held here. We'll bring it down. It is.
No.
It is. Not
No,
good.
stop.
Not gonna be
No.
Not going to be
No.
good. It does not scream. Bobby's revisionist history can say whatever he wants to. It does not
Veto.
scream Iowa. It's not going to be good. This is
Have you had a
unacceptable.
walking taco before?
This
They're
is absolutely-
fantastic.
If you said, here's a walking taco, which Big 12 school does it belong to? And you gave that survey to 1,000 people, Iowa State or Iowa would be in the bottom 3. It does not. Nothing about this says anything
But it's
having
an
to do
elite
with
Hey,
stadium
but you have
food.
a
It's
good,
like-
you have a good
it's like-
learning
Yes.
opportunity.
all meat pizza is an elite food. The one in the stadium is
No,
not.
I'm saying elite stadium food. I think a walking taco is an elite stadium food
No,
item.
this
I would
one.
never
this
walk
one
into a
is
restaurant and
healthier.
order the wrong.
Yes.
When we
Yeah, I would
talked,
never-
when we talked in the text all week, when I said there was one that is absolutely healthier, I was talking about this one the entire time.
No.
I'm not manipulating. My vote counts. This is B tier.
Overruled.
I think it's
this
overruled.
is-
It's B.
Yeah,
No,
this is
that's
so
absurd.
bad.
It's
A walking taco is a great. It's like probably one of my favorite just general concession items.
Ty just
So,
left. come on.
It's fine. Look, if the vote's not going to be counted, right? This is not A tier.
It is A tier. It is A tier.
I think it's A. I think it's a proper A. We have 3 A's and 1 wild card going hell. So sometimes it's not an aggregate.
Well, okay,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna stop everyone here. We cannot dissuade this guy. This is what he did as his vote. I'm sorry.
So what
guys.
if I put the pepperoni roll as a hell tier? Are we gonna
You can't
actually
go
put
back.
it there,
You
or
can't
if
go
it's?
back. You can't go back.
Like I said, we've got to stop letting Ty go at the end because he keeps doing this bullshit.
But it would have been the same thing. Like I
No,
said, this is the one I've been
A.
talking about all week.
We're calling it A.
Like in America, pseudo democracy.
All it does
my boy.
is bump it down to a B. I think you've got
No,
to take.
it's not on the same level as that Texas Tech burger. It is not.
No.
It is. There's one that is
I agree.
significantly. You would no.
Especially
I think we need to move on.
Fanta Central Florida drink.
Wait, so is it Ty next, right?
I don't know.
Blake
I
was
think
at the
so.
bottom.
I think so.
All right, regardless, we have 2 left. Let's go ahead and let's just do the Kansas one because I feel like this might have been a repeat too. Let's see, the Kansas Big J's loaded mac and cheese. It is. Let's pull it up.
I've got it. It's cavatappi or cavatappi pasta, creamy cheese sauce, house smoked pulled pork, barbecue sauce, crispy fried onions with a dash of crimson red pepper flakes. All right, so I think in terms of mac and cheese, the noodles is a huge deal for me. I think that noodles that are just plain macaroni, I don't think that is the best option for a macaroni and cheese. I like the cavatappi. They're the curly ones. They're like pretty long, but they've got like multiple. They look like curly fries. They look like Arby curly fries, right? Isn't that the correct one?
Yeah,
Am I talking
they're
about
like
the right one?
they're like the corkscrews. Yeah, they're not.
Yes.
They're not the you know what I mean.
That's top tier macaroni noodle. I like also the ones that are like really also similar to that, but are more thinly spiraled, more sharper edges. I don't know how to describe noodles.
Are you not a shell man?
I like shells, but it's just not. Whenever I'm talking about top tier macaronis, I like these type of noodles.
Okay,
so that puts it up there for me. I really like that. I'm putting this at a B because I think whenever you combine pork with macaroni and cheese, I think it's just a little bit overrated.
I think it has nothing to do with Kansas. It looks tasty. It's weird they keep going back to this. It looks fine. It looks tasty, but it's just kind of mid. Which means it's a C to me. It's kind of okay.
Not the same as these whack Houston tacos.
Which is weird. Like, how do they not know what to do? They are literally in Kansas City. They're like an hour. They're an hour away from Lawrence. If that. Like,
if they catered in some barbecue and did like burnt ends or like a beef rib, it would that would get it must try. Like they don't even have to try.
They're not really beef rib people out there.
If they just did burnt ends, burn in anything, it would be must try.
They have burnt ends at the Kansas football stadium. You could go get them. They don't look very good, but
they exist. Ty,
they do. Ty.
The only source on the internet that says a Walking Tacos from Iowa is a radio station that uses a Business Insider India AI generated as a source. So I don't have a vote because it doesn't get counted on this one. I don't even know which one we're discussing currently. Look it up. Look it up.
I know.
Mac and cheese in Kansas. C.
Bobby might be. I looked up just Walking Taco originate.
New Mexico.
Yep, I'm seeing it's a war between New Mexico and Texas.
I was not even in the discussion.
I now feel bad for discounting Ty's vote.
Bobby, I think we need to bump down that Walking Taco.
I'll go ahead. I've been called out for the misinformation. Apparently, I'll work on my sourcing mid podcast.
Wait, I guess so.
Iowa State's been bumped down the Walking Taco has been bumped down to a B.
I will say the second result is it says the Oaxacans, the Mormons, so it could have a BYU influence. There's a chance that the Mormons invented this as well.
That also checks out, kind of.
It's
Okay,
like everybody
so
it's like everybody in Texas says they invented the frozen margarita. I've heard every restaurant say they were the first one to do the frozen margarita. Nobody can figure out what the original one is, but everybody somehow claims that they invented the frozen margarita, that they just crushed up some ice and then put a margarita in it and called it a day. It's the exact same thing. B tier. I'm sorry, Ty. Formal apology.
I'm still more upset about the Cincy dog, but thank you, Blake. That does
This
mean a
is
lot.
just boring. Get out of here, dude.
boring.
All right, what are you gonna say about this mac and cheese?
I did. It's a C for me. There's nothing like super
C.
remarkable
C.
compared to like it's
Yeah.
it's stadium.
Same with the
pasta.
baked potato. I'm not eating mac and cheese at a basketball stadium. I'm not eating a baked potato. That's for damn sure. So it's fallen in the same category.
I still can't believe the Big 12 dog is the only A. That's
Because it's
It's
beautiful.
solid. Mm.
it's not that remarkable. Like,
Can I
it's
have the
not-
picture back up, Bobby? Can you do it for me, please?
Just
It's-
because you
yeah.
have some weird idiosyncrasies when it comes to dogs and chili,
Oh, there
Bobby,
it is.
Does not. Oh.
there's no chili in that
Glorious.
dog. This is not
No,
the
but
bone to pick.
you always like you hate the random ingredients. You hate beans. You hate other things. That just feels like this is one of those ticks for you. That is just
Well-
like you're trying to ding something that's really not that bad. That
Shall we talk about the Baylor item then?
let's do it.
Yes,
Just-
end it off.
Oh boy. The Baylor brisket sliders. Dr. Pepper glazed brisket, sweet slaw, and a brioche bun. Hell.
No, Bobby, stop. Okay, go on your little like barbecue snob that you just pulled from every barbecue YouTuber out there, little hive mind opinion. Come here, just give it to me. I know you're gonna say some meat church or some guy said that
Salt.
these things don't belong together.
Pepper, garlic.
It
No
is stadium barbecue, Bobby. It is stadium barbecue. We are not talking about that they're out there at 2 a.m. smoking a damn brisket. We are talking
course
about
not.
stadium brisket.
It's
Stadium.
about flavor profile though, Blake, and it should be a savory profile when you're talking about beef. Get that Dr. Pepper garbage out of my beef. I do not like it. I could be persuaded if it was pulled pork, but not for beef, not for brisket. Hell, it's hell for me. And I might
Okay.
be the only one. I
Discount.
realize that I
Roll 'em out.
realize this is a chili beans and chili argument that we're about to throw down on. Get any sugar. Like if you want to add the sugar via barbecue sauce, whatever, that's your personal preference. But I'm out. I'm so out on that. I think it's hell. I think it's hell.
I'll go since I've been accosted for voting late. This is my real vote. You guys can pull up the text to verify this. If I were going and I was going to eat at the stadium, this is probably what I would get. Just sounds good, even knowing it's going to be a stadium food. So for me, that is by definition must try. There's a non-zero chance that this is the same brisket as all the other brisket things, and someone literally pours Dr. Pepper on it right before it goes on the sandwich.
I see it.
Which might help actually
Little
because
bit of a
it might
French
keep
dip
it from being super dry. But this is the one I would try, so this is my must-try vote.
God dang. What are you putting, Blake? Did you already vote?
A. I think A. I think it's a perfect incorporation of Dr. Pepper, a true Waco staple. It's something that is actually edible. I know Bobby's going off about if you had a brisket that you were making at home, how would you make it? You would not make it this way, but Ty's line of thinking is probably more correct. You gotta add stuff in that to not make it dry. These are not pitmasters in the concession stands, Bobby.
Which is why it's also hell, because there's no amount of Dr. Pepper to make any moisture. That's not what's gonna do it.
It's adding something to get away from the inevitable dryness. If you didn't put the baked potato in hell, if you didn't put the Houston tacos in hell, because I promise you, Bobby, they say Dr. Pepper glaze, it's all, like Ty said, it's all the same brisket that's being shuttled around to these different ones. They might add some of that Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce that you can buy in the store. That's all they're doing. don't overreact to this. This is gonna be solid. It's your standard, just like it's like if you go to Dickie's, if you go to even like Rudy's, it's gonna be a barbecue sandwich. Is it gonna be the best? No, but like you always are filled. I think it's a good A tier. I think it's a solid A tier.
There's also a difference between a chop and like a slice. A slice, like a chop, is more kind of suited for like a sauce because you can kind of do whatever you want with it. But a slice, you're kind of going for like, this is our best option possible.
You know this thing is not going to actually be sliced. It's going to be mangled to bits. It's just going to be. You think they're unwrapping that brisket back there in foil and somebody's with a knife carving that thing? No. You know stadium food. You're like acting like they're gonna have the meat board back there, slicing this thing up. They are not gonna do that, Bobby. This thing is gonna be more like it's gonna be between chopped and sliced. It's not gonna be chopped. It's not gonna be sliced. It's just gonna be bits. It's gonna be brisket.
That's why it's hell. That is why it's
hell, Bobby. That is not just average Dickie's brisket is not hell. It's like it's a solid for when we're talking about the equivalent of fast food. It's a solid option. Like Dickie's, does it compare to the other barbecue places? No, but if it's like Dickie's or Burger King, I'm going to Dickie's. Like it's one of those types of things. You hold the same great barbecue standards for places that are not trying to compete in that, and I think that's unfair.
This is also going to be like a $20 sandwich. This is going to be like a $20 sandwich.
All these items are going to be expensive. I paid $9 for peanuts the other day at a college baseball game. Like we've gotten to the point where we can't complain about the prices because they're all too damn high. I think solid.
We're at a total of 12 points amongst three.
Wait, what did you do, Jameson?
I have not voted yet. I would rather eat this than that trash Houston brisket taco that you can just see corn on it. So give me a B on this, and it sticks right at a B. Just because I agree with Bobby on this. If it was chopped brisket, which I understand might not be the biggest thing with like the sandwich, tiny little butt, you might lose a lot, and then you're having a nothing sandwich. Just the sliced brisket with the Dr. Pepper, I just feel like it's a missed opportunity that you could have done.
We don't know if it's like I said, it's not going to be chopped, it's not going to be sliced, it's just going to be brisket.
But I feel like the Dr. Pepper would have had a better taste profile if it was in smaller little pieces rather than the long slice. And it could have been a short slice. It could have been a tiny little tiny slice. I just think that the chopped would have been a better way for it.
My thing is, I understand the whole dry thing. I think there's just a way to mitigate that a little bit better than putting it in like a sugary. The sugar profile doesn't work the same way. You need to go beefy. You need to go beefy. You need to put some beefy broth or like some you know what I mean. Like
Bobby, it is concession stand food. We are talking once again about concession stand food. You are bringing a high culinary praise to concession stand food.
I'm just saying, like it's not very hard to pour beef stock into a bucket and then shred it up and then put it on a slider.
I think it's a solid. I like where it's at. Bobby's health here was wild. He would rather have, or there's a coin flip chance that he'd rather have the BYU churro than the Baylor. Like
I'm having none of them. I just look, if you want a proper beef,
Bobby,
walk outside.
This is not a proper beef. Blake, if they had all the time in the world.
Blake. If you want a proper beef, like brisket, walk outside Kansas City and walk to your nearest barbecue spot where you could get it for cheaper and much better. Like
yes, but that's not the point.
It will not be cheaper.
Yeah, that's not cheaper, Bobby. No. Have you been to a barbecue place recently? Like, you're not getting a meal under $25 per person.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be significantly better. Like, you're still going to get robbed here at, but
that's like saying you said cheaper, and we're pushing back. You said
cheaper. Like that's the whole point of this is not that it's better and a better value. It's convenience. This is convenient food. It is like the whole reason is they locked you in a building and the only place you could go. It's not like you can sneak in food. It's not like you could do that. It's
Blake,
what is.
I saw a couple people
There are
bring
14 other items.
barbecue things in a Ziploc bag into Hard Rock Stadium and Miami Dolphins
Amen.
game. Anything is possible.
That wasn't barbecue. That was just, I mean, that was just like, okay, that was grilled chicken and random sausages. It was a wild experience altogether. But I'm gonna hop off this hill because we shouldn't keep going and fighting on this one. We've been recording for nearly.
I'm
Great
proud of
list.
it.
Solid list. I'm fine
I think this was one of our better tier makers. So we're gonna rattle them off from hell on up. So in hell tier, we have the BYU churro, the Kansas State fried PB&J, the OSU orange power pizza. In D tier, we have the Oklahoma fried onion burger, which is very much not a fried onion burger. We have the Texas Big Bertha baked potato, Cincinnati's chili coney,
Boo.
chili dog, whatever. Houston's brisket taco. Kansas's mac and cheese with the I don't know what was on it. I think it was pulled pork and
just other
barbecue
things.
sauce. Central Florida's like orange soda and
It's like a dirty soda.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this
Like
could
a
also
dirty
be
soda.
BYU as well in a way. BYU actually has claim to 3 items on this, as we've
And
learned.
their-
They could
their
have a claim
favorite
to the
party
walkie
drink.
taco. So
yeah, the citron. Okay, the citronaut drink, which I gotta say, the name kind of like I think it should be bumped because of the name. Naming it after the citronaut, pretty great.
bring back the actual citronaut and we can
they
have a
should.
talk. Yeah.
They should.
So much
Citronaut
better.
drink, which is orange soda and vanilla ice cream. That's in B tier. We have TCU's horn fraud. I can't remember the name of everything at this point.
You
Cowtown.
remembered everything
Cow-
else except mine. It's the
I started
Cowtown
running-
loaded tots.
Cowtown loaded tots. We've got also in that tier the masked rider burger from Texas Tech. We have the Iowa State walking taco in B tier as well, and then Baylor's brisket sliders as well in B tier. In the A tier, we have the Big 12 dog, and then the must try, only in must try, is the West Virginia pepperoni roll. So that is our tier. That's our rankings. I gotta say, if y'all disagree with us, let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear what y'all have to say. So, yeah, guys, anything you'd go back and fix now that we have everything shifted? Any glaring misplacements after the dust has settled?
Honestly, no.
Honestly,
very
yeah,
happy
I
with
feel
you.
pretty.
I think we
feel
nailed it.
Pretty good about this. Like, sure, you can get you can get into the semantics, but I think like most of these are pretty accurately placed. Like, I think we did a good job, boys. It's heated, but we did a good job.
I think at the end of the day, we can all refer to ourselves as food knowers. This was well done. Relatively. I mean,
Well,
some of us
baseball.
You
differ.
Bobby-
just don't
Bobby,
like
you-
ranch,
you
Jameson.
explicitly-
That's like it's
Yeah.
a personal preference that you apply
Well,
to
and
everyone.
Bobby also explicitly told a huge lie on the pod. So, like, that's a
Not a
pretty
huge
big-
lie.
that
just
wasn't
bad,
necessarily a
that's
food
just bad
thing, though. That was
research.
just bad journalism.
I don't even know how he found that. Like, I couldn't even find Iowa on the list, so
I googled walking taco Iowa.
Iowa.
I wouldn't see if there's any relation.
Journalism isn't dead,
See,
folks.
the fact that you had to Google it.
Oy. Well, okay, that's a good point. But yeah, so that's our list. That's all we've got for today. So all right. That has been a rousing edition of the Weekend Spread. Thank you all for joining us. And look, we'll be back at it next week when we take a look at the actual games going on in the Big 12 tournament. Should be a really exciting one. Interesting from an OU perspective. This is our last time in Kansas City. Interesting to see, where the Sooners go. They've kind of already wrapped up a NCAA tournament berth with that win against Cincinnati yesterday. So thankfully they won't be fighting for their lives, but interesting to see what happens next. It's the best. genuinely the best conference in college basketball. So I'm excited to see what Kansas City has for all of us. Any final words, guys, before we log on off?
Nope.
Nope, that was
all
fun.
good.
Nope. Okay. Well, for me, Jameson, Ty, and Bowden Blake, this has been the Weekend Spread. We'll see you next time. Have a good one, everyone. And I would say usually say good luck out there when I sign this off. But if you're going to the Big 12 tournament and you attempt to try, the Orange Power Pizza, good luck out there, I suppose. That's really the only good luck I should be wishing you. Have a good one, everyone.